Lily's smile faded when Karen took her school away, but her daddy, the sheriff, swore to bring it back. Before watching the video, comment below from which country you are watching and press the subscribe button. Sheriff Tom Grayson was a big man with a hard face, the kind people didn't mess with. But every morning, when he looked at his 5-year-old daughter Lily, his eyes softened. Lily was his world. She had big brown eyes and a smile that could light up the darkest day. She couldn't walk. Cerebral palsy kept her in a wheelchair, but to Tom, she was perfect. 2 years ago, her mom died in a car accident, and since then, it was just the two of them. Against everything, Lily loved school. She'd chatter about her friends, her teacher, and the little drawing she made. Tom lived for those moments. That morning started like any other. Tom pulled up to the small private school in their neighborhood, run by the homeowner association. Lily was excited, clutching her backpack with her tiny hands. "Daddy, I'm going to show Miss Emily my new picture," she said, her voice bright. Tom grinned, lifting her wheelchair out of the truck. "She's going to love it, sweetheart," he said, kissing her forehead. He wheeled her toward the gate, feeling proud of how brave she was. Then Karen showed up. She was the homeowner association president, a woman with sharp eyes and a sharper tongue. Everyone knew her. She made rules about everything from grass height to mailbox colors. Today she marched out of the school office, arms crossed, her lips tight. "Sheriff Grayson," she said, like his title was a joke. "Your daughter can't come in." Tom froze. "What are you talking about?" he asked, keeping his voice steady. Lily looked up, confused. Karen pointed at the wheelchair. "That thing disrupts the aesthetic. It's not safe for the other kids. They get uncomfortable. She doesn't belong here." Her words were cold, like she was talking about a broken toy, not a little girl. She waved a paper, some homeowner association rule she twisted to fit her story. "I'm in charge. She's out." Tom's chest tightened. He wanted to yell, to grab that paper and tear it up, but Lily was watching. "Karen, she's 5. She loves this place. You can't do this," he said, trying to stay calm. "I can, and I did." Karen snapped. "Take her home." She turned and walked away, her heels clicking on the pavement. Lily's lips trembled. She looked at her dad, her big eyes filling with tears. "Daddy, why don't they like me?" She whispered. Her voice broke something inside Tom. He knelt beside her, brushing her hair back. "They're wrong, baby. You're amazing. I'll fix this, I promise," he said, his throat tight. But as he wheeled her back to the truck, her soft sobs cut him deeper than any knife. He strapped her in his hands, shaking, fighting the rage boiling under his skin. He was a sheriff. People respected him, feared him, but right now he felt helpless. Back home, Lily wouldn't look at him. She sat by the window, staring at nothing. "Am I bad, Daddy?" she asked, so quiet, he almost missed it. Tom's heart shattered. He scooped her up, holding her close. "No, Lily, you're the best thing in my life. They're the bad ones, not you," he said, his voice cracking. She buried her face in his chest, and he felt her tears soak his shirt. That night, Tom couldn't sleep. He kept seeing Lily's face, hearing her question. He'd spent years locking up thieves and drunks, but this was worse. Karen didn't just break a rule, she broke his little girl spirit. He stared at his sheriff's badge on the table, then at Lily's empty wheelchair by her bed. He wasn't just her dad, he was the law, and he'd make this right by morning. Tom had a plan. He'd fight Karen with everything he had, not just for Lily, but for the little girl who still believed her daddy could fix anything. He didn't know how yet, but he'd make her smile again, even if it meant tearing down Karen's whole world to do it. Sheriff Tom Grayson wasn't a man who begged. He'd face down criminals with guns. But now, he stood in the homeowner association meeting room, hat in hand, asking for his daughter. The board sat around a long table, Karen at the head, her chin high like she owned the world. Tom took a deep breath. "Lily is just a kid," he said, his voice low but firm. "She's not hurting anyone. Let her back in school." Karen smirked, leaning back in her chair. "Your daughter's a problem, Sheriff. That wheelchair clanks around, distracts everyone. We've got standards." The others nodded, one even laughing. "Maybe she'd fit better somewhere else," a man said, eyeing Tom like he was dirt. "Not our fault she's like that." Tom's fists clenched. He wanted to flip the table, but he thought of Lily's face. "She's 5, he said, almost pleading. "She deserves this." Karen stood, cutting him off. "I make the rules here, not you. Take your sob story somewhere else." Her words slapped him hard. The board snickered as he left, their voices echoing behind him. He'd never felt so small, not as a sheriff, not as a man. At home, things got worse. Lily used to fill the house with giggles, rolling her wheelchair around, chasing their old dog, Max. Now she was quiet. Too quiet. Tom found her in her room, staring at her crayons without drawing anything. "Hey, sweetheart," he said, sitting beside her. "Want to make something for me?" She shook her head, her little hands limp. He tried to joke, tickle her like before, but she did not smile. Her eyes were dull, like the spark inside her was gone. That night, as he tucked her in, she grabbed his hand. "Daddy," she whispered, her voice so soft it hurt. "Am I bad?" Tom's stomach dropped. He pulled her close, her small body trembling against him. "No, baby, you're perfect." "They are wrong, not you," he said, but his voice broke. She did not answer, just curled up. Under her blanket, he sat there watching her sleep, her question burning in his chest. He was supposed to keep her safe, make her feel loved, but now she doubted herself, and it was his fault. He could not fix it with words anymore. The guilt ate at him, mixing with the rage he could barely hold back. Tom could not sit still after that. He was a sheriff. Justice was his job. If Karen would not listen, he would find another way. He started asking around the neighborhood, quiet like, about her people. Were scared to talk, but some opened up. A mom with shaky hands told him Karen fined her for a cracked driveway money she did not have. An old man said she had threatened to kick him out over a noisy bird feeder. She is a bully, they said, but no one stops her. Tom dug deeper. Late at night, after Lily was asleep, he pulled homeowner association records from the county office. His badge got him in, and what he found lit a fire in him. Karen had been skimming dues, thousands of dollars, into her own pocket. She had faked papers, made up rules to control everyone. It was not just about Lily anymore. She had hurt so many families, too afraid to fight. He thought of that mom, that old man, all crushed under Karen's thumb, and Lily, his Lily, crying because of her. He slammed the files, shut his jaw tight. This was not just personal. Now, it was right and wrong. Karen thought she was untouchable, but she did not know who she had picked a fight with. Tom was not just Ad anymore. He was the law. He would take her down, not just for his little girl, but for every soul she had stepped on. He looked at Lily's wheelchair by the door, her tiny shoes next to it. "I am done asking," he muttered to himself. "You are finished, Karen." Sheriff Tom Grayson stood in the courtroom, his uniform crisp, but his hands shaking. He had filed the lawsuit against Karen using every bit of evidence he had found. Stolen homeowner association money, fake rules, all of it. Now it was time to face her. The judge watched from the bench, and the room was packed with neighbors who had finally found their courage. Karen sat there smug, her arms crossed, like she had already won. But Tom was not here as a sheriff today. He was here as Lily's dad. He stepped to the stand, his voice rough, but steady. "My daughter's 5. He started looking right at Karen. "She has got cerebral palsy, uses a wheelchair. To me, she is not a burden. She is my hero. She smiles through everything. But you," he pointed at Karen, his eyes burning. "You stole her joy. You kicked her out of school, said she did not belong. You broke her heart, and I will make sure you pay for it." His words cracked, and the room went quiet. He did not care who saw the tears in his eyes. Up in the gallery, Lily sat in her wheelchair, clutching her teddy bear. Her big eyes followed her dad, her little hands tight around the tough toy. She did not understand all the words, but she knew he was fighting for her. Tom glanced at her, and that look, her trust, her hope, gave him strength. He turned back to Karen. "You hurt her. You hurt others too. This ends now. Karen rolled her eyes, but the judge did not. The evidence was clear, her crimes laid bare. Tom stepped down, his chest heavy but his head high. Lily reached for him as he passed, whispering, "I love you, Daddy." That was all he needed. The courtroom buzzed as the truth came out. One by one, people stood up to tell their stories. A single mom cried, saying Karen fined her until she could not buy food. An old man shook as he described her threats over his garden. Then the financial records hit pages showing thousands Karen stole from the homeowner association. Money meant for kids like Lily now lining her pockets. Tom sat still, his jaw tight, watching it all unfold. Every word was a brick in the wall closing. Around her, Karen did not flinch. She sat there, chin up, like she was above it all. When her turn came, she stood and sneered at the room. "I did what was best for my community," she snapped, her voice sharp and loud. "You should thank me." Gasps filled the air. Tom's hands balled into fists. He looked at Lily in her wheelchair, her teddy bear hugged tight, her eyes wide. That was his girl, innocent, hurt by this woman's pride. The judge stared at Karen, then at Lily. His face softened. "You abused your power," he said, his voice heavy. "You stole, you lied, you crushed people. That little girl up there," he nodded at Lily. "She is the heart of this case." Lily tilted her head, not understanding, but Tom's throat burned with tears. The judge kept going for embezzlement and discrimination. "You are going to jail, 3 years and a fine, $50 to pay back every family you hurt." Karen's face fell, her arrogance gone. She stumbled as they cuffed her, led her away. Tom looked at Lily, her small hand waving at him. "We won, Daddy," she whispered. He nodded, tears spilling. Justice was not just the sentence. It was her smile coming back. The courtroom was still as the guards pulled Karen away. Her head hung low, the fight gone from her. Sheriff Tom Grayson stood by the front row, his chest tight, watching her go. It was over, justice done, but it did not feel real yet. Then he heard the soft squeak of wheels. He turned, and there was Lily rolling toward him, her little hands pushed hard, her teddy bear tucked under one arm. Her big brown eyes shimmered with tears, but she was smiling a small, shaky smile that broke his heart and mended it all at once. "Daddy," she said, her voice soft but clear. She stopped right in front of him, looking up. "You kept your promise." Those words hit Tom like a wave. He told her he would fix it back. When she cried by the school gate, asking why they did not like her, now she believed him again. Her trust, her love. It was too much. He dropped to his knees, his tough sheriff face crumbling. Tears spilled down his cheeks as he pulled her close, her wheelchair bumping against him. "I will always keep my promises, sweetheart," he whispered, his voice thick. Lily's arms wrapped around his neck, her tiny body warm against his. She sniffled her tears, wetting his shirt, but she held on tight. The courtroom watched in silence. Neighbors, the judge, even the guards. No one moved. It was just them, a dad and his little girl together against the world. Tom sobbed quietly, not caring who saw Lily's innocence was back, her light shining again. He had fought for her, and she knew it. That was enough. More than enough. The room faded away, and all he felt was her, his hero, safe in his arms. Weeks after the trial, things changed. The school reopened free of Karen's grip. New people, kind ones who cared. Sheriff Tom Grayson stood at the gate on Lily's first day back, his heart pounding. She rolled her wheelchair beside him, her backpack bright with flowers. "Daddy, look," she said, pointing at the sign. "Welcome." Lily kids ran up, smiling, asking about her drawings. Her teacher, Miss Emily, knelt down. "We missed you," she said, hugging her. Lily's grin lit up the morning, and Tom felt the weight lift. She was home again, back at the courthouse. The $50,000 fine from Karen sat waiting. Tom did not want it for himself. He thought of Lily, her wheelchair, her strength, and all the kids like her. He started a fund, calling it Lily's Light. It would buy wheelchairs, ramps, anything disabled kids in the county needed. At the first meeting, families came. Moms with tired eyes, dads holding little hands, "This is for you," Tom told them, his voice steady. No one is alone anymore. A boy in a walker touched Lily's arm. "Shy, you are cool," he said. She giggled, and Tom's eyes stung. Her joy was spreading. Days turned to months. Lily grew louder, happier. She would roll around the house, chasing Max, telling Tom about school. One evening, she drew a picture. Her in her chair, him in his uniform, a big heart around them. "That is us," she said, proud. He hung it on the fridge, his chest full. Karen was gone, locked away. But this was what mattered. The fight had been worth it. One night, Tom sat on the porch, badge in hand. He had warned for years, upheld the law, kept people safe. But as Lily's laugh echoed from inside, he knew the truth. He set the badge down, looking at the stars. She taught him what strength really was. Her small hands, her big heart. He had battled for justice, but she was his real victory. "I am a sheriff," he whispered to the quiet night, "but my badge means nothing compared to being her dad." That was his forever, and it was everything.